2 Ukrainian pilots have been evaluated at a military base in Tucson with the goal to determine how long it may take to train them to fly F-16 aircraft. Up to 10 more Ukrainian pilots were expected to join the training in Arizona. Officials have said that the Ukrainians do not fly an actual aircraft. They use a simulator instead. Since we haven't made the decision to provide F-16 and neither have our allies and partners, it doesn't make sense to start to train them on a system they may never get, said Undersecretary for Defense Colin Kahl. United Kingdom and Poland have offered to train Ukrainian fighter pilots. Before the war, an average Ukrainian pilot had 40 to 50 flight hours per year. U.S. pilots of the F-16 fly 200 to 300 hours a year. Colin Kahl, the Pentagon's Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, said that it would take 3 to 6 years to deliver advanced new production F-16 to Kyiv. The U.S. Department of Defense said that the most optimistic delivery time for older model F-16 is about 18 months. Kahl added the U.S. Air Force had suggested Ukraine would need somewhere between 50 and 80 fourth-generation aircraft over the long term to replace the country's existing fighters. Ukraine has told the U.S. and other allies that they have fewer than 20 pilots ready to travel in order to undergo fighter jet training. To train pilots, Ukraine will have to remove pilots from active duty and will face a shortage of pilots. This would jeopardize the operational effectiveness of the Ukrainian Air Force. The same problem will arise while training engineers and technicians to maintain a new airframe. Ukraine leadership has made it clear that it preferred second-hand F-16s to be supplied. The Viper is seen as the most realistic choice. The General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon is an American single-engine multi-role fighter aircraft originally developed by General Dynamics for the United States Air Force. From flying perspective, the Viper is a relatively easy transition for experienced pilots. The full F-16 basic course, also known as the B course, for new pilots is 9 months long. The formal training units, FTU, transition courses for pilots with experience in other aircraft are shorter than B courses. A proper training program, based on Ukraine-specific needs and threat scenario, by estimates, will take around 18 months. That is the same amount of time it would take for the US to send refurbished, older models of the jets to Ukraine. F-16 might be easy to handle from a pure piloting perspective, but the many mission sets available present a very high workload for a pilot. To go into combat against a Su-35 or even a Su-27 in a contested airspace, pilots need years of experience. You can have all the capabilities of the jet, but if the pilot doesn't know how to use it correctly, the jet is useless. A pilot coming from a MiG-29 will have to learn a brand new interface, where everything looks different. He will have to learn to use new types of weapons such as the AIM-120 AMRAAM. Pilots will have to know radar work, long-range employment, targeting, and target identification. All this is very different in a fourth-generation Western aircraft and in a former Soviet Union aircraft. The cockpit displays are presented differently, the missile kinematics and the way Russian and Western missiles work are very different. Throwing this pilot in combat after a few months of training is, probably, a death sentence. Russia currently has around 500 aircraft. Russian mobile air defense systems would continue to present a significant threat to combat air operations, no matter the platform in question.